We are on to example 3 of 10.1, which is adding polynomials. And that is something that you should have learned about in algebra. We'll go ahead and go over anyway. So if it's something that's familiar to you, you can go ahead and skip this video. Combining like terms is the main concept here. A like term is when it has the same exponent and the same power. Okay, so like the 3x squared that you'll see here and the x squared have the same variable, have the same power. That means I get to add the numbers in front or their coefficients. Now, in this particular example, they have it pretty much worked out for you. I think the only thing that they might be missing is the answer on the second part. Instead of going through these ones, what I'm going to do is scroll down to the check, and I'm going to go over some of these ones for you. So let's go ahead and work these out together. So first off, I'm going to identify the common terms, so the like terms. So I'm seeing 20 and 13. I'm seeing the y's, and then I'm seeing the 2 and the 10, so the coefficients, or the constants. So let's go ahead, pick the like terms, and then add their numbers together. So for that first one, I'm seeing 20 minus 13. That gives me 7y squared. And then I'm seeing a 12 and a y, which makes 13 y's altogether, adding 12 and 1. And looks like I'm seeing, my writing's kind of messing it up, -2 and -10, which when you add those together is -12. Okay, make sure you write it in standard form, which is the largest degree to the smallest degree, and then it should look pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next one down. I'm going to go ahead and do this one without circling it. This one actually has an extra step because there's a number in front of this second part. So you're going to have to use distributive property to multiply that in. So I'm going to take another quick step, and I'm going to go ahead and write out that second part without any parentheses. So 2 times b squared equals 2b squared. 2 times 2b is 4b. And then 2 times -1 is -2. And I'm not going to write the first part. I'm just going to go ahead and pretend that this is no more. And I'm going to use that bottom piece instead. So now I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. 2b squared goes with this -b squared. So I'm seeing 1b squared. Looking at the highest ones. Now, next highest would be the plain b variable, which is 4b and -4b. And those ones reduce down to 0. And then we have the 2 and the -2, which also reduces down to 0. So that is b squared was the only part left. Okay, on to this last one. Pick a different color here. So this one doesn't have any funky stuff with it. It does have multiple powers with it. So I'm seeing this 3. And it does not have a common term. So it's the highest. I'm going to go ahead and put it first. And it did not combine with anything. The next one is the 5f squared and the f squared, which makes 6 altogether. F squareds. We have f. So -f and -f make -2f. And then this last piece is the 5, which does not have a common term. So I'm going to write +5 at the back. And if you wanted to, as you went, you could cross them off. And that way you know which ones you got, and then so on and so forth.